Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief. All around the world, people could be heard counting down the seconds marking the end of the first decade of the 21st century. Fireworks shows, all-night bar crawls, silly hats, and lights lit up the night in major cities across the globe. But in Israel, not so much. With the Jewish New Year, or Rosh Hashanah, typically falling around September, Israelis don't really celebrate New Year's or Sylvester on January 1st. In fact, in Judaism, we're also already in the year 5780. But it's not like the streets were completely normal. With a country full of immigrants and foreign nationals about, there were still some celebrations, even a fireworks show or two. Young people, provided with an opportunity to party, still went out in fair numbers to scattered specials in bars and clubs, and the Tel Aviv municipality building had a countdown, lighting up to small crowds. Then Russian Israelis also held celebrations, but for Novi God, their version of New Year's, which is also non-religious. And Prime Minister Netanyahu even shared in the tradition, releasing both a video with a skit in it and another with warm greetings.
סנובים גודם, אני רוצה לברך את כולכם, אחיי ואחיותיי, העולים והעולות ממדינות חבר העמים, בשנה אזרחית טובה. אתם חוגגים יחד עם המשפחה ויחד עם החברים, ואנחנו חוגגים יחד איתכם.
The tit-for-tat between United States interests and Iranian-backed proxies in Iraq have taken a stark turn at the start of the decade. Pro-Iran militia have attacked and breached the United States Embassy compound in Baghdad. The riots follow United States airstrikes against Iran-backed Hezbollah targets, who the United States holds responsible for killing a U.S. civilian contractor days before in a rocket attack. But perhaps as feared by critics, the American retaliation has only prodded Iran rather than keep it at bay.
ضربتنا ضربات على الحدود الرمادية على 160 ضربوا عندنا 25 شهيد من طيارات مسيرة أمريكية اليوم احنا أخذنا طارق هاي السفارة الأمريكية طبينا حرقناها.
Well, the compound has since been secured, and President Trump thanked Iraqi leaders for their rapid response. But he's also now diverted at least 750 U.S. forces from Kuwait to Iraq. And Trump is now again warning Iran against further action, saying a battle would be a bad idea for them to start.
I want to have peace. I like peace. And Iran should want peace more than anybody. So I don't see that happening. No, I don't think Iran would want that to happen. It would go very quickly.
Meanwhile, Israeli military chiefs have been watching these events unfold closely. Any potential conflict with Tehran could develop into a wider-scale war that may spill over into Israeli territory. Now, far from celebrating any kind of New Year's, Israeli-American backpacker Naama Issachar has now been moved to a new Russian prison with far worse conditions and no contact with the outside world. It's been reported that she's been stripped of the warm clothes her family provided her, is being denied visitation from her mother, and is blocked from receiving family letters, furthering beliefs that she's being held as a political pawn and is a victim of Russian brutality. Issachar was originally arrested in Moscow during a stopover flight on her way home to Israel from India. Russian authorities discovered 9.5 grams of cannabis in her checked luggage, and while this is a criminal offense in Russia, Issachar's 7-year sentence is far harsher than in other similar cases. Her arrest in April 2019 also coincides with the Israeli arrest of Alexei Burkov, a Russian national who Israel later extradited to the U.S. on counts of credit card theft. Well, despite her situation, the Issachar family and Israeli officials have been trying to pressure Moscow to pardon the 27-year-old Naama. But so far, with her first appeal denied and now this relocation, spirits all around are looking grim. That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.